Okay. Oh, it's night time. Okay. Oh yeah, so welcome to episode 21. I did click record, right? Yep. Sorry, I didn't address you guys. Thank you for, welcome to episode 21. And today we're going to be, well, mining a bit of dirt just to set it up, just to set up the wheat farm. So we're gonna see. No clue. Let's go. Oh, I already overdid it. No, it's the yay. I'm gonna have to. Let me think. Because to get a villager here, I can do the exact same thing I did to get the cows here. I just gotta make sure the villager shifts from a boat to a minecart. But yeah, no, I can get them from over there. So this will be for. Okay. Hmm. I normally try and avert from like major controversies, but what I can see by what Tesla's doing, or Elon Musk, like the whole thing he's trying to do, I do not see it ending too well. Because because if you take some time to try and put some idea into what he's doing, it, and don't trust my word, because I'm not that smart. my, but I overall cannot see how he's going to accomplish what he's trying to do over some stupid stuff. Perfect. I enjoy this sound. Like, I have no reason to. I don't know why I do, but I just enjoy the sound of dirt blocks being placed. $19, that looks about right. So, okay. So, one. I was very short. I'm very under what I need. I think that was over 5 minutes. Yay. Fortune. That was stupid. I don't know what the fortune thing is for. I don't understand. What do I get? Fortune snowballs? Is that specifically for snowballs? I feel like that's for snowballs in particularly. And I personally don't dilly-dally with snowballs. I don't mess with them. I have no reason to. I, I need 4 for this next one. Hmm. Hmm. What is this waterfall trap thing? Hmm. Okay, I just need to fill up the rest of that. Hmm. So if we were to... Sorry, I'm trying to think of how... Because a faster way of me going through this is using some format of redstone. Yeah, and what's let me. I've struggled to think of things that I. Me as a person, I like to look at good stuff. Like if I can, I will look at the brighter side of things. To, and it's mostly because I don't like feeling everything is going downhill. Nothing's gonna go right. Like to me, that is something that I don't like my mind going to. So what I prefer to do is I will try and look for good news and see what there is for good news. But with how the world's currently going, I am struggling to find any good news. So, and I'm not downcasting like, oh, I can't. There's nothing good with the world. It's just that it's harder to find sometimes. To get better stuff talking about, like the movie, Minecraft movie. Uh, it's been out for a bit, and yeah, some people like it, some people hate it, but the movie was practically just stating out, yeah, no, we know about. It was just stating stuff that Minecraft players do or know how to do already, and it they had an idea. There was a there's concept of an idea there, but they should have moved more into the. I feel like they should have leaned more into, oh, the dragon did something. Yeah, the dragon. They should have did something similar to what the. Because. Oh gosh, I'm already getting weird with words. So something that I feel like the Minecraft movie should have done is done something more similar to. It's not dungeon. The story mode type thing. Minecraft story mode. Where there's the where it's like, oh, there, we have the wither, then we have all these things. Like, to me, that would be best. And I feel like if Mojang goes down that route, they have more opportunities, more options of what they can do, more creativity, than just trying to be like, this is Minecraft, a game where it's a sandbox game where you can just have fun and mess around. Like, to me, that would be enjoyable. I would love to watch a movie where it's more like a Minecraft story mode type thing. And I feel like a lot of other people would probably enjoy that a bit more. And if we were to get that, I feel like it would sell a lot better than having. I can't even remember his name. Like, he's great. He's probably one of the best. He's a great actor. Or I can't even remember his name, but I know I enjoy watching movies he's in. I'm so sorry, I can't remember his name. But yeah, no, like, he's great. He's personally one of my top 20 actors in. Not even top 20, he's one of my top 10, mostly because I watched Kung Fu Panda growing up. And so I heard he was a part of that, I was like, ooh, is he gonna be like some side character? Is he gonna do what he normally does, be the comedic side character that makes everything a lot fun, or a lot better when he's in the movies? And then I found out, oh wait, he's Steve. He's by definition the main character of the game. And so I was like, because if you know anything about actual Steve, like from the game, or Steve is not like he's not on the rounder end by he's on the blocky end of it. But if we're gonna go into more realistic setting, he would be on the more fine toned end of life. And it's not even, oh, that's my preference of Steve. Steve effectively can hold the weight of Infinite if we're gonna get mathematical here with two buckets. But you also gotta remember, we gotta make this kid friendly, and I don't think a big buff toned guy beating up a bunch of mobs really looks that kid friendly. So I do understand why they got him as that position, because oh, he's known for making kid shows and being more kid friendly. So yeah, his made sense overall. Hmm. Zero sugar and W root beer. Let's see how good it is. Pretty good. Dog, the Cybertruck was like I saw the idea behind it, but overall the benefits did not outdo the withdrawals that it had. I think one of the issues with Cybertruck is overall the design of it's very triangular. Like I don't think anybody actually wants to be driving a triangle. But if but when it comes to the Cybertruck, it was like Cybertruck was overall I think a failed experiment that could have been good. But it's not really aerodynamic with that front flat. The front flat part of I'm already forgetting what bumper. No, maybe I don't. I work at auto parts stores and I don't even remember the name of a part that of a car. But with the whole thing with the Cybertruck is I don't think people liked it because it was not aerodynamic. Overall, it looked terrible. So there was a lot of controversy on looks in general. And I get, and it was made of stainless steel, quote unquote stainless steel, but it overall would not keep you safe. Or I feel like it would put anybody that got in a car accident with you in more danger. It was overall risk of anything I would see or anything that you would normally get on the streets. And I think that is where a huge part of people stopped liking it. because oh, you get this vehicle, but then it needs as many updates as their freaking iPhones have. And the whole thing with iPhones, like I have one, so I don't know what you would call me. You could call me hypocrite. You could call me whatever you want. I have an iPhone, and I just overall don't like them. Like, you need to update the phone every. Like, I think what mine's from 2016 is the model. Yeah, I could be wrong. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really big on phones. I won't. I'm trying to. Like, I know how phones are. I know how phones work. I know that keeping an update every now and then on your phone is a pretty good idea. But if you have something like the iPhone, it needs a constant switch. Like you need to be constantly changing that thing out to match what you're wanting to get. And to me, as a person that doesn't like dealing with too many things when it comes to electronics, I overall just don't like that. And I don't like it for the main reasoning of, well, now I gotta buy this new phone for twice the price of what I bought the original one for. And I think that's what just like deters me from iPhones. Because you don't have Samsung being like, oh, well, here's the new Android Galaxy blank, whatever. Like, everyone's like, oh, Android's so much better than iPhone, oh, blank, blank. Everyone's picky about something with the phone. So many people are so like, oh, I want a better camera, all this. Your phone was originally meant for contact use, not game, not any of that. It was phones were originally used and still used for contact specifically. Nobody that originally had a phone wanted like games. Yeah, they existed. We had the Snake game. We had Pong. Like there were so many games, or not so many. There were limited amount of games at that time, and I think what people fail to understand now is you're meant to use that. It's a phone is more of a, and I'll be the first to admit I have the same issue where I forget a phone is a luxury, not a need. Like you don't need a iPhone or an Android phone. Those aren't needs. They're luxuries in life. Hence why I'm trying. Because for me, I would be fine with a flip phone. Like I've realized on my phone that, oh yeah, no, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the games. I do play the games. I'm not addicted to them because I've deleted the games many times. Because for me, I can only keep to like one game at a time, and it's not even, oh, I can only keep to one game at a time. It's just I will primarily focus on one game for a duration of time. And for that duration of time, that game will be my main focus until I need to switch the game up. Because for me, I like a game that is constantly updating. I do like to look at the goods and bads of each game. Um, and I would say that's probably why I enjoy Minecraft as much as I do. Because Minecraft has so much flaw with so much with everything new that they bring in. And yes, for some people, those flaws can get quite annoying. I'm not saying I don't get annoyed with Mojang, but I find a way to enjoy whatever flaws I do end up seeing. And I think if you are going to be a gamer, overall raging, yeah, I try to not rage. I try to find a funny position within it, or I'm just generally confused. But when I do rage, I don't get aggressive, I don't get crazy. I just get to a point where I'm like, where I'm just like mad a bit, and then I just quickly try and die down. Because for me, I'm like, why am I raging over a few pixels that shouldn't really mean much? Like, to me, this means more than any PvP game I could be playing right now. Because this shows progression, this shows so much more effort, work, and time put into it. Unlike PvP, and I'm not going to say PvP doesn't take any of that, but this is hardcore. You die once, you're done. PvP games, you have multiple shots to hit the top. It's not like, oh, you lose in PvP, oh well, now we gotta pull out the ferret gun and execute you. No, that's not how PvP is, and if you're looking at it that way, that is very disappointing. Because I feel like if you're going to be acting as if PvP is that way for you, then I don't really see... Like, people saying, oh, I need to take a break from my game. Your game is meant to be a break. And if you can't... Like, your games aren't meant to be rage-inducing. None of that. It's meant to be a game. And I know... Oh yeah, no, there's slight gamer rage. Like, it's once you hit the temperament of gamer rage where you just start getting crazy, breaking stuff. Once you hit, like, you start moving around a computer, jumping around, not staying in your seat. Like, fiddle, yeah, you can fiddle around, take a second to breathe, scream. Like, that's basic gamer rage. That's fine. I'm not against that. I'm perfectly fine. Heck, you can do that for any game. You don't need to leave your seat. You don't need to break stuff. You don't need to slam down on things. That is overreaction. And I think overreaction is something we are taught extremely well as kids. We are taught how to overreact. We are taught when we overreact. Like, overreaction is probably the most common thing in the human life, or by what I've seen. This is, and anything I say is just my perspective of how I see it. It is never final. I feel like I always have to repeat this just in case for these. But when I see something, I see it as how I saw it beforehand. I've never really looked at it I've like not went into this statistical value of any of it, so I can't really have much to say in certain areas. But what I can say is when it comes to overall areas in certain things, I get very, not niche, but I get very picky overall with anything I do. And I think that's what sort of makes me more on one side than the other. Because yes, I'll be more pickier, I'll be more selective of what I do, but I don't try and change. And, oh yeah, no, I could be seen as not a good person. I can be outcasted as worse than what I am because I don't accept, or it's not even no, I don't accept change. I accept it. It's just when change is tried to be forced on me, that's when I'm like, dog, I prefer no. I prefer to keep within my little bubble. But if it's like, oh, this change is big and it's gonna happen either way, I accept it. I'm like, because what am I gonna do? prevent it from happening? Unlikely. I don't care enough. Why would I care so much about something that I wouldn't have full control over? Now, if I had the control over said thing, that would be a different thing. I would actually feel like I have more of an opinion than I do. So this is 1 row, 2 row, and then this is to cover them up. Okay, yep. Now I can break these off because they have been used as their markings. So it's just, for me, I'm normally very picky about what I do. So, me doing YouTube, I'm highly against. And for me, I don't like fame. I hear so much about people being like, oh, I want to be famous, I want to be rich. I just want to live a modest life. Play Minecraft, come from work, play Minecraft, entertain people. Like, for me, that is about what I want my average day to look like. Yeah, I could turn on the whole YouTube, do the whole YouTube turn on stuff where I have it so I can make money from it, or if I ever get big, make more money from it. But I don't want to do that. Like, yeah, sure, it could make life easier, and I probably might end up doing it just to help with some parts of life. But besides the help with those parts of life, what am I gonna really want that money for? Extra spending, extra use? It would probably only go to either doing like a change every now and then for my computer, or B, just straight out just want donation for any charity events that would probably happen if I end up lasting long enough to even do any of those on this platform. Like, for me, I do not have any exact plan. I just want to have fun, want to relax, and that's about how I want to deal with it. I specifically made a YouTube channel because I wanted to make sure everyone had something to enjoy. Hence why I try to come into these with happy mindset, something fun to talk about. Because if everything in this world is so down-putting, will we even have anything more up-putting to talk about? And to me, if everything starts going downhill in America, we gotta have something to look forward to on the daily, don't we? Hence why I try and most of the time avoid. Yes, this series can get controversial every now and then, or this series will be more pickier on subjects, but overall, I want it to be a place where I can just talk, chill, and then if there's conversation topics that want to be done, people in the chat should have the right to say what topics they want to hear me talk about. I'm not gonna be. Now, I could give reasoning to why and my community is small enough as is to where I will most likely give reasoning to why I refuse to do a talk on certain topics. But, or I'll just say I don't feel safe talking about certain topics. Because for me, there are a few topics I tried to avoid, and a few topics that have came up within recent years where I would prefer not being a part of them. Because everyone wants to do something. Everyone wants their 5 minutes of fame. Yeah, no, it's 5 minutes, isn't it? Or 3 minutes? Isn't it like, oh, for a moment, most people get 5 minutes of fame max, and if you can hold it up for longer, that's more impressive. But I just want my community to be specified towards my community. Because if I could keep that community more. And I'm not gonna change up everything just to meet some random guy's state of interest where they feel like their opinion will matter more. I'm not changing what I'm doing or any of that to suit anybody's methods of thinking or how they feel I should be doing stuff. Because to me, that's not who I am as a person. If I really wanted to, I would probably set up my own system for conversational topics that I am more willing to talk about. Because I know there are conversation topics that I would be 100% fine talking about. Like, I would be more than willing to talk about some topics. But it's when it's a topic that I prefer not having, like, if I have little knowledge out of it, I'll say where my point of view lies. That's hilarious. But besides my point of view in the area, I might not give much idea on the topic. And I'm fine with being told, oh, if I don't put my idea on that topic, I'm gonna look stupid. I'm fine looking stupid. I know I'm not that smart of a person. I enjoy playing. Not even playing, I just enjoy being dumb sometimes. Because it makes stuff maybe a bit more fun. Or it just means I don't have to worry about it all the time. Unlike, oh, if I play the smarter cards, how am I going to deal with it? How am I going to work with it? Oh, wait, it caused these, and these problems. It just brings up a whole list of things I don't want to do. And I can understand how that could look from an outside perspective, how it can seem. I just try and find something to be more glad about. Something that can overall keep me not entertained, interested or within a happier set of mind or good mood. Because to me, as a person, and I think that's like right there's a good minute to pause. That is something that is not that I think might is forgotten about our society. We're all people. If you were, and I'm very, I'm when it comes to when people talking about certain topics like, oh, race, like, and now, then, there, who and what. And I think race is like one of the most highly brought up things in our culture, in culture in general, because everyone's like, oh, you're this race, you must do this, this, and that. And it could be just a blank, obvious lie. Like, no one can define who you really are if they don't know you well enough, is how I see it. It's not like I'm gonna go up to a kid named Timmy and I'm gonna be like, Timmy, you are a bisexual male. Wait, that's not how that works. Is that? I don't know this system. Oh no. Yeah, no, bisexual male, that's correct. And I had to think of, like, I don't, like, yeah, there's stuff like that, but I prefer not just getting into it. I have the idea of let people be people, let them live their life until it affects you. Because let's say, yeah, no, I'm not gonna force Timmy to be bi or gay, but I I love that Timmy is just the most common reoccurring name in my brain. But yeah, no, it's not like I'm gonna force someone to follow my beliefs. They can believe whatever they want. We are in a free, and I think it's forgotten a lot. We are in a world or a system where mental anything to do with your brain, you have all right and all setting to do as you wish in your brain. No one has really any right to control who you want to be, who you're gonna be, or who you are. And I think that's commonly forgotten in nowadays. Because everyone has to. It's like everyone has to join the bandwagon or has to join the new big part of life. Instead of trying to separate themselves from everyone else or trying to make themselves unique or them. A person that they want to be seen as. Like, I don't see anybody just trying to be themselves. I always see them having to feel like they're part of something that they aren't. And it is somewhat sad, yeah, but if that's the life they want to choose, it's the life they're gonna want to live. And yes, culture can have a huge impact on how people are. Culture's a big thing about us. Like, we are meant to feel like it's in the human brain to want to be different, to want to be something that others aren't. So I don't blame people when they're like, no, I'm this, that. It's overall just people, like me seeing people and being like, because I do understand when people are like, oh well, this can be more of a struggle. It's a hard thing for some people to. I'm not gonna say it's not. Yeah, no. I would say coming up to people that have watched grow up, yeah, that's gonna be hard. Definitely gonna be hard. But it's the process of are you, and this is why I feel like kids should not be having exposed to it. Like, yeah, expose them to some amount of it, but don't blast it in their face at a young age. Because that, I think that's what's starting to cause a bunch of kids or a bunch of newer people to struggle to find out, because to struggle to understand who they are or what they want to do or who they want to be. Because so many kids are blasted in the face with, oh, what are you wanting to do when you're growing up? Who are you going to be? Like, it's such a, what, convoluted, no, I'm not going to even stay with those words because what these videos are pointed more at direction of younger people, I feel like. You heard that too, Cat? So it's like, oh, well, we got blank, but now we need to put blank into a different idea on how they want to be. It's like, just let a kid live a life without having to worry about politics, without having to worry about, and I know this is more of like a perfect world scenario in a more mental state of my head, but I am straight towards let the kid experience, enjoy life, their youth while they have it. Just because you grew up with a different type of life does not mean you should be absolutely pooping on their life and who they're gonna be. Now, have barriers, have selected areas. Yes, that's called being a parent. It, it's called being a parent, trying to protect your kid. But don't do it to such a degree where it feels like they have no rights or choices in life. Because that can utterly just ruin a kid's social area. Because if that kid then has to try and find a way to adapt to something they should have been adapted to, it does get worse for the kid. And I do have some idea and knowledge in this because from a younger age, I like when I was at a young age, I wasn't really shown to people. I was kept away from meeting newer people, which by what I was informed could have been one of the main reasons why I don't like being near people, or why I'm as antisocial as I am, or why I'm so scared to talk to people. Like talking on here, it's still, there's an effect, yes, but it's not as bad. Yeah, there will be minutes where I'm quiet, but that's me trying to think on what I should do or say, or what the plan is. Because last episode, I did have a full scale on plan on what I was going to do, but then I felt like I needed to change it to meet the standard of what I was working on at the time. I feel like my middle finger, or yeah, no, just gonna call it what it is. My middle finger has a faster clicking range or clicking speed than my pointer finger does, or index finger, whatever you want to call it. And only reason I feel that way, I gotta remember not to jump on these paths. Or not paths, jump on these. I already forgot what they're called. But I feel like it just has a lot more use. And I don't know why it feels like it has a faster clicking ratio compared to my normal finger. But I don't really use it too often, so it tires out a lot faster. Well, that's weird. That came out the same way. I was looking at the left side, just like the generating of water to everything else. And if I'm like, for me as a person, I do, and I feel like it is hard for some people to realize this, but you aren't the only one with emotion. Like, just because you get to see your life doesn't mean other people don't have one, or they don't have a life that isn't worth talking about or trying to keep in your mind. Yeah, sure, your life can suck, your life can be tragic, but you need to remember that. And this is something I think a lot of people forget when going into a auto parts store, just like anything that works with customer service, is they forget that those people have a life outside of the work. And I think so many people try and stereotype a customer service worker just because they work there. Like, jobs may not be at an all-time low, but doesn't mean the person can just find a job. It's not as easy as picking up a rock and just gently tossing it, or just dropping it. Like, there's going to be an obstacle. Like, if you were to drop a rock, the only thing stopping it from instantly hitting the floor would be it would, the only thing stopping a rock from instantly hitting the floor would be, or only thing that I would talk about before it gets too crazy into antics, or not antics, just gets too crazy into the whole rock thing, is when you drop a rock, the only thing stopping it from instantly hitting the ground would be, at base form, Enderman. That's not the answer, but I was looking for one of you guys. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I? I have looting, so it knew. What was I getting at? That Enderman really just tossed me off topic. Eat, eat, eat. I got 2 Ender Pearls from that. Was it a great mission? Absolutely. Oh, you got extremely close to hitting me, dog. Are you gonna continue, or are you done? By the looks of it, you're done. Thank you. Ooh, I already forgot where I was at. Like, that, to me, that was getting that. These 2 Ender Pearls was very needed. But, yeah, no, I'll just continue off of what I remember talking about. But I feel like, as people, if we could just take some time to, yeah, I guess this is TED Talk, by the way. I guess, as people, if we could just take time out of our day and not argue with the customer service employee. Like, if it's something, like, now there are very certain occasions where I could agree to arguing, where if it's like, oh, you have something, like, it's deliberately a lack, or specifically a lack on the customer service worker's part, understandable. I'll be fine there. Like, but there has to be irrefutable evidence that that customer service worker is denying you service. Because that would actually be a more fair way of going at it. If you're just gonna be like, they're against me specifically because I am a Caucasian 5'9" male, blue eye, like, bro, no one cares. Your height isn't really put into many factors of life. Like, what height, like, if we get into height on its own, it's not that important. Now there are so many factors where, like, height can be an effect, could affect your life. Like NBA, per inch, I think it's what they pay a lot more money per inch. So, people that are 7 foot could make some real money out of it. But if you do something more akin to just a regular job, and the issue with being tall is, and I feel like genuinely bad for people that are taller, due to the fact that they have to deal with a lot more problems in life. If they don't stay physically active, their height will become such a problem for their back. Because if I'm not mistaken, the way their height things work is gravity has a lot more to pull down on, or it's overall like when you stand, your spine gets pulled down by gravity, so you can hold that with your average height balance. But the taller you are, it's more spread out, which in most cases you would think, oh, that's good. But it's more spread out in pulling down. And this could just be how I'm saying it in my head. It could be completely wrong, but this is just my idea of it. So if you were to take best way of putting it is, you have more height, yes, and so you would assume it's spread out, which would mean not as bad for back pain or backs. But when you have something that's longer, actually a good way of doing imagining it is you have a small like a chopstick, a small, like you have a long chopstick and you just push down on it, it's gonna bend. But if you have a small, actually straws are better because they're more round. Yeah, no, straws are a better idea for this. So you have a McDonald's straw and you push down on it, it's gonna bend, and it's gonna bend a lot easier than if you were to cut that straw in half and try and push that down. And so the way of being taller actually is, yeah, sure, it could be like seen as more, not alpha type thing. It can be seen more as opposing to smaller people, but normally when it comes to height, it really doesn't matter. Height, like, yeah, tall can look scarier, but extremely small can also look scarier. And I think that's where like people go from like, oh yeah, no, the average height in America, it's like the idea that everyone's like, oh yeah, no, Americans' average height is about 6 foot. No, it's 5'9". That is, if I'm not mistaken, still the average height of America, of a male American citizen. We have there are a lot of people around the world that are about 6 foot, and I think 6 foot is actually the average worldwide height. But overall, if it came to certain things, shorter people are going to outlast taller people, because you can think of it like dogs too. Bigger dogs don't like it can depend, but smaller dogs on average will live longer than a bigger dog because their body doesn't need as much work to keep them alive. I would assume it's quite similar things for big people. Like taller people would need more, their body would need to work, or heart would need to work harder to keep them going. Their life, just because they're taller doesn't mean, like, there are so many drawbacks that I can see to it compared to upsides, and that's why I don't really care when it comes to the whole height regimen thing with women, guys. Like, I don't care. I'm perfectly fine living my life with my height. Like, I ain't no big 6 foot burly man. No. I'm fine. This is enjoyable for my position. Yeah, do I have back problems? Absolutely. But those are more caused by myself from, well, not working out as much. Or I should be getting back into working out, or at least keeping up with stuff that can keep my spine going. But when it comes to this stuff, it can be a lot more detrimental to my body overall, keeping within certain variations of how I am. I know that everything in life is a factor to what I do, and the fact that I did not, or do not take too much care within back area. And I have noticed that. Oh yeah, no, I've been doing certain things a bit more often, which have been actually, and haven't been feeling much pain in my back. But I'm still getting a lot of back pain. Like, it's not, oh, I'm excused or like, I don't feel back pain. I do, I get it quite a lot. And when I get it, it hurts. It feels like a constant burning against my bone. Or not bone specifically, just like the area gets hot, starts to feel like it's getting hot, and then it's just nothing but pain. And it occurs the most often when I'm carrying my backpack, which I don't deem as heavy. Like, what, it has minimal amount of books in it. Like, I try to limit everything in my backpack to an extreme amount. Because I know, oh, back pain for me is extremely strong. Or at least the back pain I have is very strong. And I think that back pain is more caused by when I would work out, I would take too much time into actually like posture. And I actually from that point realized, wow, posture is a huge thing when it comes to working out. Because I would be sloppy, and I've learned now that, oh yeah, no, my posture is highly important, and to maintain that posture is very necessary. But something that I've also been putting my brain around is trying to think if I go back, because I don't. When I work out, I stand. I refuse that. And yep. And that's perfect grammar. I refuse to get help. I refuse to ask for someone to help me, not in the manner or idea of, oh, I'm tough enough, I can deal with it on my. No, I just am too shy of a person to actually talk to people. I will avoid almost 90% of future conversation, if possible. Like, I think that's one of the main reasons I know I'm not ready to try a relationship. Because I know I will probably freeze up or get extremely nervous. And to me, I don't want anyone having to deal with that. This isn't me being like, oh, I'd make a terrible boyfriend because I would do blank, blank, and blank. No. I just know I am not mentally prepared. Like, I do not downlook myself. I do not do anything to feel no, not disapproved. I don't, just like generally for me, I'm fine. Like, I know I'm, like, to me, I know I'm not that good looking. I'm fine with who I am and what I look like. And I think that's what most, because I struggle to explain it to people. Like, I know how I am with my looks. Like, I'll say, ugh, I look ugly as hell. But that's just me fucking around. And yes, I do swear. So what? Deal with it. Ah, man. But I won't swear too often. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is just a good way to get me around staying less in towards the more fouler area of the dictionary is by more control over language over time. And I feel like, to me, yes, that is perfect. If I'm wanting to have higher control over my language, start a channel like this would be best. And I mostly swore due to the fact that I it felt necessary for that part. That was like, to me, an extremely well, and we're also an hour and 10 minutes. No one ever watches this long, but to me, I would see that, and I would be like, "Holy cow! Yeah, no, I'm doing certain. I have certain strengths in certain formats of speaking, but I can tell when my format of speaking is heavily flawed. Like, I know I I'm accepting. Best way to use these words is I am accepting in the fact that I am not a grammatical genius. I am highly accepting of knowing that I am nowhere near what the best could be or who the best are. I'm well versed in some words. I'm well versed in some areas in life, but I don't think I could ever believe that I am amongst the best. Like, to me, that's just not something that I could see myself being a part of. Wow, that grew extremely fast over the 1 hour and 11 minutes. And at that point, it was 34 seconds. And so for stuff like this, I just sometimes, and I'm probably gonna hop into the mine area since I have all these. Oh wait, I never placed these down. Since I have all these torches, I'm probably gonna pop down into the mine area real quick. Hi, baby cat. Are you trying to bargain with me? You trying to bargain with me? Apparently my cat learned how to bargain. Don't know where my cat got that from, but or not. She's not even my cat, but I call her my cat because I really do love her. She's a good cat. Yeah, we've had a rocky road with the kitty. We've had downsides, upside. Like, she's been a good cat, but I have no clue where she learned how to bargain from. It's not like she's bad at it, no, but she brought me a sock. And normally I think that's because, oh, I always have socks on. Or always try, and I struggle to find my socks. I have a bunch of siblings, and then for some reason my socks always go missing. Quote unquote, some reason. But yeah, no, I need to have a stone sword. I need a stone sword. I've been using the looting sword for that, and I realized just how bad that is. I'll use some of it. Actually, I have stone here. Cobblestone, yep. But oh yeah, I guess that's where I can end that off for this episode. I'm going to have 3 videos specifically postponed for, not postponed, but set up for certain days. And that's going to be these 3 videos. These 3 videos in particularly will be having a specific date of release. And it is going to go in order, but this will be the second one. So the first one, 20, and that's why I've been saying the numbers of each episode recently, because I found it a lot easier to number off my episodes and put them in the folder when they're numbered, so I can memorize which folders or which episodes are which. And overall, it just makes my life a bit easier when it comes to uploading these videos and putting everything in. So I could probably tell you what next episode's gonna be more inclusive towards, or more what's gonna be more in the video, depending on how it looks. Okay, that. I'm just gonna empty out some of my inventory real quick. Dirt, not really necessary, even though I normally need a bunch of it. Wood, dandelion, not really used. I could probably save these carpets for if I end up doing more farms. I'll place this down somewhere. Actually, I'll put it in the fishing area. It might give more of an idea. Like right here can be used for a bit more stuff. But overall, with how these videos look like they're going, stuff can be a bit more on the lower end. Like, stuff can be on the lower end for upload schedule because I know I haven't been able to upload as recent or as I used to, and it could be looked up as, or down as me just not caring as much, which I want to say, like, no matter how much I say, I want to say it's false. It's just me struggling to get back. I would say it's more of me struggling to get back into the zone I originally had when it comes to all this stuff. Because I know when it comes to uploading videos, it can be overall very tiring, very annoying to deal with. I try to keep to a once a day upload schedule, not to get out there, but more to continue trying to put something out that people could enjoy. So I'll say once I come back in here, feed the pink sheep. That's probably going to be where our episodes end. If these guys are able to go probably just one more time. Yep, looks like they are. I think they're set. One more there. That's doubled an extraordinary amount. But as I continue, I'll probably be cutting a bit more grass. That's... Actually, wait, I don't think I've loaded those chunks. No, they're probably loaded. But I'm gonna bet on... I'm gonna check real quick. If they were... Yeah, no, because the 15-minute thing is probably already expired. Yep. But this was a lot better. And, like, I sort of want to keep flatten this a bit. Genuinely, I want to have these two somewhat leveled to a degree. I know it's not going to be exact, but I do want them more even so then I could fill in some smaller things here. And as I see it, this will be the end of this episode. Have you guys yourself good have your guys a good afternoon, and I'm gonna probably stop this around the exact 2 minutes because I'm already almost 20 minutes because I'm almost there.